We've already started and we've started deep. The quality of your relationships will be determined by the quality of your level of self-love. Yo, what a sobering question. Wow, it's been a hot minute since I've been on this television. Maybe you're watching YouTube on TV, who knows? I don't know. Hey guys, I'm Ofente and I am coming at you with cheekbones and high vibrations. I'm joking. That is my old greeting. Right now, my new greeting is, hi, I'm Ofente and I am a relationship coach helping women to heal while they're still in the relationship. If you've got something better, please drop it down below. But welcome back to my old subscribers and hello to my new subscribers. I am dropping this video just as a get to know me and also just to touch base once again, man. It's been a minute. I'm going to be dropping a lot of value videos around relationships because, of course, as you would know, if you have been following me for a minute, I got divorced almost a decade ago at this point. And I've been walking on a healing journey, and I healed while I was still in the relationship. But of course, healing work never ends, right? Like we just keep going and going and going. But I think it's important to keep integrating. So I've got a couple of questions over here that I'm going to be answering just to, get to know you. Grab yourself a cup of tea or chai for my Kenyan audience. This one's still a little bit hot. Whew, it's some rooibos, but like I'm on my no sugar situation, so get rooibos I'm getting used to it. Anyways, so let me answer. Here's the first question. It says, who are you beyond being a coach? Beyond being a coach, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a friend, I'm a sister. Yeah, that's what I am. Like, I think there's a lot that I've said there. But I think beyond that, because also I'm also non-dual, like in terms of the thinking that I subscribe to, I like to just settle on the I am. Because all these other things that I've labeled are just identities. They're just labels. And I'm not the labels, I'm not my thoughts, I'm not all of those things. I just am. I'm awareness, I'm consciousness. Even that is a label. I just am. I think we've already started and we've started deep. But that's genuinely what I think. I just think I am all that is, right? Like the same way that you are all that is. I'm not everything that I do or everything that I engage in. But this avatar over here, this human over here, is raising two beautiful humans married to one human and also like helping thousands and thousands, hopefully millions of other humans find themselves. Second question, what does your life look like right now, day to day, and the season that you're in? So I moved from Kenya to France a couple of months ago, probably 7 months ago at this point. I'm in my motherhood pro max season. Okay, I was in motherhood when I was in Kenya because I had my babies in Kenya. But when I tell you, child, I'm in motherhood pro max. I don't got no nannies. I don't got no chefs. It is an interesting time to be in this space where I am doing all the school runs. I'm, taking care of my children emotionally, mentally, physically, all of the things, doing all the bath times, doing all the meals and whatnot. And I know this is the reality of a lot of women in the West. And sometimes I'm just like, wow, those are really strong women, and I'm becoming a strong woman. That's what's happening here. Because wow, sometimes I look at my life and I'm just like, how did I get here? But I'm glad that I've moved when my children are a little bit older. And because I mean, not older, because my youngest just turned 2 yesterday. And my oldest is 4. So they're still quite young, but they're not in diapers, like newborn. Like I'm not in the sleep deprived stage. They sleep trained, so we are good. The day-to-day life looks like getting up in the morning, taking care of myself first, doing my little self-care routine, which involves reading, exercise, tea, and then I get breakfast ready for my kids. I get them fed and dressed for school. Their dad takes them to school. I do my work, and then I come back. Oh, and then he comes back and we hang out for lunch or whatever. And then I go pick them up in the afternoon, do the supper run. And in between all of that, I'm figuring out how to clean the house, how to get everything in order over here. Like, it's a lot. And then in the evening, I do the nighttime routine with the dad. Like, we shower them, we get them dressed, we get them into bed. And I have the last hour to myself where I just try to take care of myself. Sometimes it involves a little bit of work. I don't really want to work, but sometimes I do need to work in order to make sure that I stay on top of responding to my clients and everything. So that's what my day-to-day looks like. Okay, nice question. What do people assume about me that isn't true? I think people assume that I'm unapproachable. I've always had this said to me since I was a child, like, oh, Ofente, I never thought that you were this, nice in person. I'm a pastor's kid. So, like, we got a lot of attention because of my dad. So he would be preaching and whatnot, and then they'd be like, oh, the pastor's kids or whatever. And so people didn't really approach me. But then when they did, they were like, wow, you're such a nice person. I don't know why you would assume that I'm not nice. Yeah, I'm a nice person. Yeah, but I do have boundaries now. I think before it was also because I didn't have a lot of boundaries. Now I have boundaries. So maybe people don't assume that I'm nice when they meet me anymore because I got boundaries now. Who knows? I don't know. What led me to this work? So what led me to the work? I think I've mentioned it a little bit before. What led me to work with women and help them heal while they're in the relationship is because a lot of women are being told to leave the relationship, like literally being pushed to make decisions that their nervous systems are not ready for. I attained my master's in psychology over the past 3 years when I was in Kenya. And in doing that work and in working with women very closely, I got to understand that it's deeper than just knowing what to do over here, but it involves the rest of your body, your nervous system, history. Like, there's a lot that goes into making that decision to stay or to leave in a relationship. And when you give people the opportunity to heal while they're in the relationship, it really helps them to navigate the next chapter in a cleaner, much more healthy way. This is what I did for myself when I got divorced a couple of years ago. I literally got a coach, got a therapist, walked the path, healed. And so by the time I found out that he was cheating, there was no drama. It was not dramatic at all. There was no loop. There was no cycle. I didn't fall back into his arms accidentally because, I had done the work. And so this is what I want to help people to experience, where you experience a smoother life because you actually learn the lessons from the relationships that you find yourself in. What do you believe most women get wrong about relationships? Ooh, I like this question. I think what most women get wrong about relationships is that it's about him. We have this obsession with, like, he has to make me feel a certain way, when relationships are literally about how you treat yourself and about how much you love yourself. The quality of your relationships will be determined by the quality of your level of self-love. I will say that again. The quality of your relationships will be determined by the quality of your level of self-love, honey. And a lot of women get this wrong because they want the love to come from the man. But the love is something that you alchemize within yourself. I learned this the hard way very many times, There are exes I didn't marry that I had to learn this lesson through. And the one that I married also, I learned this very, very, very tough lesson. And then the ones in between, okay, we're not going to get into that. What has motherhood taught you about yourself? I think motherhood has taught me that I'm resilient. Or I think I've known that I'm resilient. but it's just given me a certain level of resilience. And it's also taught me that I am able to create a goal and go for it and achieve it. Having my kids has given me a sense of purpose that I don't think I had before. But that's just me, because I don't think I needed them in order to be able to reach that. But they facilitated it for sure. I think the time constraint is also what really helped, because when you're a mother, you are giving literal hours of your life. Like when I counted my day, I know that I give at least 5 to 7 hours of my day to my children. And in that 5 to 7 hours, I could be passively maybe learning something through podcasts or listening to something, but I am giving that time. And so that leaves the rest of the other 16 hours to me. And that's the time that I have to be. Whereas when I was child free, I did not, I had the entire 16 hours to myself. And I don't think I'll think I'll say it. I think I squandered it to some extent. Yeah. So motherhood has taught me how to focus. What am I currently building or working towards? So I'm currently building my coaching business, as you would know. And also another business that I'm also working on is a shea butter business that I had when I was 26, so 10 years ago. And I'm rebuilding it. So I'm excited. And if you want to follow that journey, you might find a link somewhere in there. You might, okay? It might not be there. It might be there. But just look in the description box. Perhaps you'll be able to follow that journey, because it's also quite fresh and it's also part of my healing. The money wounds healing, the business wounds healing, the identity wounds that had surfaced through that particular journey. There's nothing in your life that has no purpose. I will say that again. Every single thing in your life has got a reason why it's there, and it's got a lesson that it's there to teach you, and it's got a key for you to unlock the next level of your growth. And so you would be wise to listen to that. You would be. What scares you right now in your growth? What kind of a question is that? It's scary. I think, let me see, if I'm being honest, what scares me, I think what scares me is leaving people behind. I think it's a fear that comes up for a lot of people, where if you feel like you're rapidly expanding and rapidly growing, you're going to leave those you love behind. And it really scares me, and sometimes it makes me slow down my pace of growth. I'm trying to remind myself that those that are, meant to be with you, or whatever, however it is that people put it, will go on the growth path with you. But it is actually quite a scary experience, knowing that there are some humans in your life that you're going to evolve past, that you've attached to. What a sobering question. What does a healthy relationship look like to you now? Oh, yes, that's actually a good one. For me, a healthy relationship is one where you are safe. You are emotionally safe. You can be yourself. I used to be team Begezela, team Kondelela, team I forgot the Swahili one. Vumulia. Thank you. That's it. Team. I used to be that team. Obviously, because I grew up under patriarchy and misogyny and all of that stuff, and watched women lay themselves down like a living sacrifice, like Jesus, for men. And I believed that too. And so I thought a healthy relationship back then was the model of women submit, man lead, woman does whatever man says, all of that. And I thought that was healthy until it didn't work for me anymore, because I was being suppressed and I didn't feel emotionally safe. So the way that I would define a healthy relationship is one where both partners seek to grow individually, one where both partners seek to understand one another and create a safe place for each of them to exist as they are. And in the event that, because we're all human and we all have flaws, in the event that those flaws are being discovered, right, we hold each other accountable and we move in the direction of becoming better people in general, and it will benefit your partner as well. A healthy dynamic is one where if you believe in the polarity of femininity, masculinity, but where there's a balance of like the feminine partner gets to be in her feminine and the masculine partner gets to be in his masculine, and they support one another in that way, in a way that the polarity is balancing. I hope that makes sense. What's one thing you're still healing? Ooh, that's a very, very interesting one. One thing that I'm still healing is, I think something that I'll always be healing is my relationship with others. When I say others, I mean friends, associates, lovers, people in general. I know my emotional patterns that I grew up in is one of overgiving, overpouring, overdoing in a dynamic. And I'm constantly learning how to pull my energy back and to give when I want to give, so that it's a nourishing gift, giving from a place of service as opposed to giving from a place of obligation because I want to be liked. So if there's something that I'm healing, that's definitely it. I'm healing it in my parenting. I'm healing it in my marriage. I'm healing it in my friendships, where I'm learning how to give from a real place of non-obligation. Like I'm not expecting something in return. But I will remove myself if there's no reciprocity. So I think that's a healthy way of looking at it. Why do you believe in healing before leaving? I think I've mentioned this before. I definitely believe in healing before leaving, because otherwise you're going to take your patterns to the future. You didn't learn anything from this relationship, did you? I always say that there's a lesson to learn in every single relationship, and the reason why is because everything in life is a mirror. Everything in front of you is a mirror. The relationships that you engage in are mirrors. They're there to show you parts of yourself that you need to work on in order to expand, to move to the next level. Because as we are here in this world, we're just expansive beings, and we're going to be forever perpetually expanding for billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and for infinite amounts. Maybe not in this form as human beings or whatever, but in other forms, because energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed from one form to another. Anyways, it was nice to chat to you. If you want to know anything more about me, I don't know if I mentioned, did I mention? I don't know what I left out, but if I left something out that you really want to know, drop the question down below. More than happy to answer. I will be engaging a whole lot more. Okay. The last time my YouTube channel went a little bit viral, and I got so scared I didn't answer people's comments. But this time I'm going to be there, present and accounted for. Okay. I'm no longer afraid of responding. And I'm looking forward to getting to know you. I'm looking forward to sharing more content. It's definitely going to be more healing orientated, but I will be sharing snippets of my life every now and then. Love you so much, Kesana. Bye.